Alright, welcome to the third or fourth depression podcast with the flying bird, very depressed bird. This week was not much better than last week. In fact, it's probably worse than last week. A very, very bittersweet moment happened. I graduated uni. And the depressing thing about that was the fact of, well, I'm depressing and now I'm working the probably shittest job I've ever worked. And I'm like constantly looking for ways to quit the job and like look for other opportunities. While also, on top of that, the best feeling was, for those of you who don't know, last semester I did full-time work, full-time uni, had some massive finance goals, had some gym goals, and fucking smashed all of them. I was one of the best 3 or 4 months of my life, and I fucking loved it. It would have been the crowning glory if I went to the great fucking Brisbane Regionals. Apart from that, it was a great period of my life. So hot in my room, fucking Australian heat. But yeah, what ended up happening was, I took a job and this lecturer said on my first day I attended her class, those who do full-time work and full-time uni will not pass my subject. The dumb bitch was right. Had to take a sup, I didn't want to take the sup. Friends egged me on, pestered me to do it. Great support fucking network. We fucking got the result back. A day after, she said, just want to remind you that I didn't give you the supplementary result. The university did because you actually met the criteria. And I went, yeah, fucking oath I did. And I got the pass. And now I'm working in a job I fucking hate, working 50 hours a week. And it's what the fuck did that do to get here? Can someone in Donald Trump voice, please explain? I fucking hate it. But yeah. It's very, very bittersweet. And I think on top of that as well, while it's so bittersweet, also important to acknowledge progress. And the fact of, fuck, we did it. But there's been things playing in my mind of I think I developed in terms of academically, yeah, I've got a degree and that's about it. Work-wise as well, yeah, I might have the best job in the world, but at least I do have a fucking job. And some people are quote-unquote envious of my cash flow, so I get work 2 jobs. But socially, I feel I'm fucking 12 still. I haven't done anything socially. People talk about the wild bender nights and all that, and I decided to quit alcohol because I just can't fucking deal with it. That's another personal choice. And just to reflect on that, I used to enjoy drinking when I was underage and wanting to be oh fuck, Melbourne 2018 was a great example of me just trying to impress with my alcohol tolerance and absolutely getting smashed by the Great Donington. But on top of that as well, it's also hard because I just don't enjoy it. People are just different creatures on the piss, and for me, I don't feel like I need alcohol to justify the person I am, if that makes sense. It does seem like a weird thing to say, considering that I'm one of the most retarded people everyone knows, but that's just how I feel about it. And so, it's been fucking tough because I don't have any social settings in that regard. And on top of that as well, it's hard because at my age, everyone just wants to get fucking pissed. And it's oh shit, what do you want me to do? Hey, come out, have a drink. Don't drink. Fucking pussy. Yup. I was going to use the whole, oh, you are what you eat, but we both know that I'm not that. So, it is hard to sort of feel and it's hard not to feel like you're not growing up while everyone else is. And it sucks because, ideally everyone is sort of at this stage where you go through school and you do the same fucking papers and people get A's, and you get thrown in the real world and you start fucking hating life. I'm working 50 hours a week in one dead-end job that I fucking hate. The other isn't too bad. I love my weekend job. I just wish I got paid more each week. But, it's all about saving at the moment. I did miss my savings goal by about $500 this month, which definitely fucking sucked. But on top of that as well, at least I know that I have my Mojo money now, which is a very, very important thing that Dave Ramsey speaks about. So as Barefoot Adventure, make sure you have an emergency fund. So if you really do fucking hate your job like I do, which you can quit and not feel that impact. Or I've got 2 jobs, so one job is a backup. But I just fucking hate it, and I just don't have time for other shit. You know, I just don't have time to like go to the gym and like hit my gym goals because I can't do it because I just don't have time, and that's a shit excuse. And watch people go, oh, you obviously have time to do it, and like don't get me wrong, it is 155% true. Like true, I do definitely have time to go to the gym, but it's just shit because I don't. And I think once you start getting into that habit of like, what do I start doing? It's just tough. It's tough to like know what to do all the time and like what is the right decision. And once I feel like like I passed up on a different job, and if I took that job, I wouldn't be as fucking depressed as I am now because I'd have a different job, or I might be more equally depressed because I realized that like I wasted 3 years doing a degree that I fucking hated, and the only sort of benefit to it is the fact of like, oh, you know what? There is no benefit. The benefit was I took 3 years to rack up 36 grand worth of debt. And I think it's just hard. And it's hard because I just don't know what I want to do. Like, I sat down with myself and I had like an honest one-to-one, and I said, what would be the number one thing that you wish you could do this year, right? And I was like, well, I made a promise to someone like a while back. I'd go to like an event of theirs, but it'd be close to fuck ton because I live in another fucking country. I really debate like, should that be my one goal for the year? Because I promised myself I'd go to the gym every day and like having a routine would happen. It just fucking never materialized. Why didn't that materialize? Well, because I started a job I fucking hate. And whose fault is that? It's my fault. Because I was too like quick to the punch to like get a new job. And on top of that as well, like, it's just, I don't know what to say anymore. Like, I sort of got sick of like putting this grey face. Like my other job, I know 4 people have quit within like a week. Like, you can't tell me that's a place that sends like it's a company that's on the up, but like you can't tell me that's just a welcoming sign that you want to be in a company where people just quit. And then on top of that as well, the people that didn't quit, that people get sacked, and like it's such a high turnover rate. People tell me, oh, that's just the industry. I'm like, that's a shit industry to be a fucking a part of. In my personal opinion, that is. Like, I'd hate to be in an industry like that, where it's like high turnover, you don't care about staff. At the end of the day, it's all you care about is the bottom line. And it's just shit. And some people say, well, and I also realize as well that I'm too much of a fucking pussy. And I've made a difficult decision. You'll see what happens. Also as well, I know I said I was going to take a break from social media, but if this person watches, they deserve a shout out. Fucking massive shout out to Legner K, aka Timothy Harden. He got points at Dallas, used his really jank team, and I was like, fuck, good on him, man. And then I was just curious. I was like, oh, I wonder what Masto's been doing on Twitter, because Masto normally triggers a few fags, triggers a few people like that, and it's fucking great. Watch her go, oh, he used a bundle of sticks and it's a slur. Sorry about that. It's up to Dan if he cuts it out. If not, you can just hear this weird ramble about how a bundle of sticks is not appropriate to say on my Wholesome Christian Minecraft YouTube channel. And then there was something that made me really angry. You know what? Because there's a tweet and reply to Aaron. I was like, oh, let's look at Aaron's Twitter. People get so triggered in Pokemon of the littlest things. People just need jobs. They just need to go socialize and get bullied again by normal people. Aaron got him blasted for stealing someone's video idea. That's so funny to me. The next time someone does shiny hunting, I'm gonna write on their video, A-Drive, A-Drive, A-Drive. He was the only person known to hunt shiny Pokemon. People get so triggered. People you've just complained so much. Yeah, but mate, people need to understand that this Pokemon stuff is a passion. The reason I love someone like Hungry Heracross, aka the GOAT, is that he just fucking cares about it. The reason why I love Zazu playing was, man, like the fucking passion that kid plays in it. Like, that man to want to dominate someone like that, it was nearly sexual. Like, he was going hardcore. He just sneak attack. That was probably not the right phrasing. I did go, you're not very healthy, bro. Like, but yeah, like, people just get way too fucking triggered. And I think what people need to understand is stop getting fucking triggered. That's number one. And number two, just have a bit of fun. If someone takes, does a video that you think is the same video as yours, learn and adapt from it. Do you know how many people upload Draft League videos? Like, people are like, oh, Bird, your videos were really good. I was like, yeah, I just saw Coz's idea. And then now I see Coz uploading again. So look, as I said, I haven't gone on YouTube, but my fucking old laptop gives me this notification. People you should be watching, that you love watching. No. Where is the Donnie content? One of the ones was, Coz was like, man, see that kid uploading again, the man that got everyone start using Grant graphics. Like, that man's a fucking good person. I know he'll be like, oh, Bird, this is meant to be about you, so tell us, what about you this week? It's fucking friendship. That's what I fucking miss. I just miss having friends. But, seeing friends in person, that's what I miss the most. And I've isolated myself so fucking much because I'm a fucking pussy. And that's the raw truth of it. You can, phrase it any way you want, but at the end of the day, I'm a fucking pussy. And there's so many things that I have to tell stories in past tense because I'm such a fucking pussy. And once people understand that I'm that much of a fucking pussy that I have to tell there was times where I could have been with X or Y, and it's like, oh, you should have done it. It's like, yeah, but I was a fucking pussy. One day you just have to wake up and realize you're a fucking pussy, and you have to ask yourself, when are you going to change? And it's the most hardest thing to think about, because you don't want to change, because you've always been a pussy, right? You've always been this little bitch who doesn't fucking know what to do. And then I thought I made a good decision, because my mate was yeah, full-time work, grind it out. And then I was like, yeah, I'll listen to him. He's normally right about most things. And then now we're a week later, I'm like, please end me. And I think as well, it's so hard to think about what to say in this stuff now, because I think I'm just the same depressed fucking kid who doesn't listen to stuff. I decided that, you know what, end of the month I'll have a cheat day, man. It's been a cheat weekend. I've been eating fucking Ben & Jerry's vegan ice cream. I haven't gone to the gym. I had pizza today. I went out last night. I saw some family, and even then I was bored as well, because people well, I'm saying this now is if when people have kids and the kids are friends, and then you see the parents and the different way they react to different behaviors, it's so annoying. If you're not proud that your kid doesn't do something, I just don't care. Talk about what you've been doing. What you can talk about is your kids. Yeah, maybe you're proud of them, but from my experience, those people that just ramble on about their kids, it's because they don't have anything that much going on in their lives, and that sounds like a fucking hot take, but it's the truth in my eyes. I've got one more week of this, and then I'll be back on I'll probably check YouTube, and I'm like, all right. What is next? Do we keep going with everything, once a week? But I really want to start focusing on talking about shit that actually matters to me, and also as well, I want to start a new campaign. Now, the campaign I want to talk about is something that I should have done fucking year ago, which was trying to help some of my friends to their marketing and shit like that. But it's this shit. You graduate uni, oh sweet, I can get a job now. It's you need 4 years minimum experience to work for a not-for-profit organization. You gotta be kidding me. And every other job is the exact same. And I'm working an entry-level job now. I might get some quote-unquote marketing experience, but I have to be there a year. I have to meet some very, very aggressive KPIs that I just don't want to be there for, because I fucking hate it. I'm not sleeping well at the moment. Why aren't I sleeping well? Well, because my sleep is so fucking disrupted from how much fucking stress I feel every fucking moment. And it's shit. And on top of that as well, the amount of stress that I have is because like I'm not sleeping at the moment. You know, on fucking Friday night I went to bed early, had like 4 hours of sleep, and then when I went out Saturday, because I went like a family friend thing, and I fell asleep at 10 to like get some sleep, and just fell asleep like so comfortably. People then made fun of me for it, and I was like, I just don't get it. I think I'm just one of these kids that's like destined to be bullied all their life because I'm such a fucking. And then the people will be like, "Oh, that's a victim mentality." It's like, yeah, but like, what's the other side of the coin? It's probably because I'm such a fucking bully, you know, just to like the people that, and these Pokemon people that I said before, that get triggered. Like, you know, I'll just start laughing about it. To be honest, you know, I don't miss Pokemon people. I miss like my friends that I play Pokemon with, but I don't miss Pokemon people. Like, I don't miss like all the random petty drama that happens. Like, fucking Keems. Like, I'm surprised Keemstar doesn't upload Pokemon. Like, there's so many like free views out there. Like, just call Felicify. Like, just say Felicify's name, and you'll have like 500 views on the video. Felicify said, and that's it. Everyone gets so triggered about like the ethics. I would never ever hack Pokemon, and like that's one of the reasons why I like stopped as well. Like when people like wanted to kill Ozlov, because like Ozlov's a really chill guy. I playing with him in Perth, but like people want to kill Ozlov for like shiny Pokemon that are hacked in. Yet those same YouTubers are the ones that data mine. Oh my goodness, I can't stand the hacked. But please leak me data mine news for free views. Oh my god, Rapid like Galarian Ponytail so cool, but it's not a fairy type. Then it was stats was shit and no one cared about it. Like that's the level of shit that happens in this community. You really want to use my Galarian Ponytail, but it's not a fair. Like fucking shut up. I miss it. I miss this fucking sitting back and roasting people in this community. And like, it's just funny because like, I'm like laughing at it now. I come back and like, just take me off everything. But it's been so refreshing not being on social media. My mental health was crap. So I'm not like, there's been days where I think like I don't want to live another year. I watched this is what the like 3 shows I've binged recently from Netflix, and one is a must watch. If you've never watched BoJack Horseman, it is probably one of the greatest shows that Netflix have ever produced. It is actually a good show where it starts at the beginning and all the way to the end. It is a very, very good tale. And warning, spoiler. My favorite thing about BoJack Horseman is that it shows that people that have a weakness or a fallacy, so Bojack's was his party lifestyle, it always stays with him. You make one bad decision 20 years and it always will stay with you. You'll think you're over it. You'll keep trying to push it away. And then all you see is you hurt different people and they move away. And because you've been so shit at your own life, they inherently move away. And that's my life. I have pushed people away from different things, from shitty things that I've done. And I just fucking hate my life sometimes because of it. I'm a shit person. Now, on top of that, the second one I watched, completely different viewpoint. I watched The Rise of the Ottomans on Netflix, which was about Mehmet II, who really hate, like, looked like you were going to lose Constantinople for like 3 months, and then came in and actually fucking murdered everyone. Everyone said he shouldn't have. And like, he's like one of the greatest fucking ever Ottoman Empire kids. Then the third show I watched, what did I binge watch? I finished watching The Good Place. That had a very interesting ending about how people that have, you know, the biggest thing about gives meaning to our life is morality. And then when we can go through the green door and like end it all, we just become absorbed into the universe. Yet, people that never experience morality, all they want to feel is morality. That was a very interesting sort of show. But, you know, it was The Good Place. Also, what else, you know, and I think for me, it's just about trying to, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I need to find a 9 to 5 that I enjoy. And that will definitely give my life more meaning. I need to start looking into more competitions and actually being competitive and actually trying to upskill and try. It's so fucking hard though, when you think about it, because you just don't know what the fuck you want anymore. I think once I start knowing what the fuck I want, I think I'll do so much fucking better with my life. And on top of that as well, like, I just don't know. I think the last thing as well is that if you guys have any questions for next week, because it's going to be like the final one, leave them in the comments. Dan will send me all the questions and I'll answer them. And the last one will be the longest one. And then I'll take another week off. There'll be no depression and nothing. It'll just be me just like talking to a few friends just to see how everything is. And I'll use my YouTube again, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to do like a weekly podcast thing or what I'm going to do. And I'll start doing that bit of a passion project. But yeah, until next week, peace.